Welcome to Jay's Gamepad, everybody, and all my fellow G's out there. Welcome back. Welcome. PlayStation and Sony, man. I don't know what it is, but 2021, they just seem to be the company that just keeps on giving when it comes to the fuckeries of PlayStation 5. I just don't know what it is with them. I really don't know what it is. So, came across this Pull Square article, and when I saw it, I just knew I had to do a video on it. I had to talk about it because I'm just not surprised. I'm just not really surprised, you know. So, PlayStation 5 stock shortage could last until 2023. 2020 fucking free. Are you kidding me? 2023. Now, a lot of people, a lot of gamers, a lot of game journalists, gaming access media, whatever you want to call them, before this news even came out, a lot of them were projecting late 2021, maybe early to mid 2022, the latest, in regards to being able to walk into a store and just go buy a PlayStation 5 and not worry about having to, you know, to sign up to some raffle or like being some digital queue or whatever it is, you know what I mean, or scalpers, you know, or touts just buying it up and reselling it on eBay. Well, it's 2023, people. It's 2023. I don't know. Let's get into this article and see what I got, man. PlayStation, man. Sony. You may not be able to readily purchase a PlayStation 5 until 2023, assuming demand holds up and material shortages are semiconductors. So semiconductors pre-exist. Why am I not surprised? While Sony has stressed that it sourced the necessary components to meet its targets, the PlayStation 5 stock situation remains a real challenge around the world, with fans forced to pay close attention to the retailer's website in order to purchase the next gen platform. What did I just say at the top of this video? It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Now, the thing is here, like, Sony, they're trying to do this thing of where they're trying to, I don't know if they're trying to make their components cheaper or they're just trying to like switch it up to make it easier to manufacture these PlayStation 5. But whatever it is, from what I'm hearing and from what I've seen, Digital Foundry, all them, it looks like these new PlayStation 5s that are going to be coming out real soon, like, they're going to be running a bit hotter than the previous ones. And I don't know if it's, you know, the fact that they're just trying to save money or they're just trying to mass produce these PlayStation 5 by switching up these components so they can do it. I don't know. But what I do know, that it's hard to get a PlayStation 5. Not anyone can just walk into a store. I wish that was the case, because if that was the case, I would already have one by now. I mean, like, it's been practically a year. I always wait a year before I get my consoles. It's something I just do. It's always hardware manufacturer issues and stuff like that. In this case, there's hardware issues and there's also software issues. Even though that they have been fixing and remedying a lot of it, but you know, that's why I give it like a year grace period. But the fact that, like, you know, it's coming now to that year, for myself personally, I still can't walk into a shop and buy it. And the thing that's crazy is that, like, Sony will put it down to, and they will say it's because of the shortage of these components. Like, was it because of the pandemic, because of the situation? And like I said before in previous videos, I don't believe Sony. I think Sony is full of shit. I think a lot of these corporations and the big companies, they knew what was going to happen. A lot of them know, because a lot of these governments are in bed. They are beholden and they are tied to a lot of these corporations and these companies. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's almost like we're entering this cyberpunk era where soon, like, corporations, well, they practically do anyway, but corporations are solely going to be running in all these countries, because they clearly make more money and have more control in regards to the infrastructure of a lot of these countries, especially in the Western world anyway. You know, but so I don't believe that they didn't know. They knew. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, Sony knew, just like Microsoft knew. I'm not hearing the same issues from Microsoft. Them struggling to get components to make their to make their console, to make their platform. I'm not really hearing that too tough. You know, it's more easy. You know what I mean? It's more easier and accessible for me to walk into a store, and more likely for me to get a Xbox Series X than it is a PlayStation 5. Even though the Xbox Series S is a better console, it's a better machine in terms of like the components and so forth and so on. It's a better machine. I don't know, you know what I mean? I would have thought the better machine would have been, I mean, the components for that machine would have been harder to get for that better machine than it is for the lesser machine. But for some reason, Sony are struggling so hard. I don't know. I personally think that they're doing some fuckeries. What was it that Nintendo like to do and create this? Was it this supply and demand bullshit? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's just what I think. Anyway, back to the article. Quote: the supply of chips will remain very tight until at least September. Was it September next year? Said Takeshi Kambuchi. Forgive me for butchering the names. I'm not good at pronouncing a lot of these names, but I will get better sooner or later. A director at Toshiba's semiconductor business. In some cases, we may find some customers customers not being fully served until 2023. Toshiba's plans to invest 60 billion yen, which is 545 million, into supporting the production of semiconductors over the next 3 years, and may even build another factory to help meet demands. Now that is something that I did hear. I can't remember if it was Toshiba, but I did hear that a company was going to be building another factory, because I think that's what part of the problem is. I think I think a lot of the factories that a lot of these components come from, I think they might be in China. I think they might be in China or India. I don't know, but they're in certain countries, and it just so happens that these countries have been mostly devastated in regard to this pandemic. You know what I'm saying? The C virus and stuff. So, you know what I mean? So it would benefit them to build another factory. I heard that they're going to build, they plan to build it in Europe or something. So if that's the case, then cool. But this isn't going to be done until like how many years? So I just think that, personally, like I said before, I believe that Sony knew about it. I think a lot of companies knew about it, and it's poor planning. And yeah, it's just bullshit, man. It's crap. So for people like myself who want to get a PlayStation 5, can't get one, it's tough. It really is tough. So I don't know, man. Back to the article. So Kambuchi actually specifies reference video games, pointing out that games console makers are among the customers making the strongest demands, and I'm sincerely sorry for the frustration, as none of them have a 100% satisfactory. So hardware could very well remain sourced through 2022 and beyond then, and if you've not got a PlayStation 5 yet, hopefully you will be able to source one soon. So that is the end of the article. But as you can see and as you just heard, it's not looking good, people. It's not looking good. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. I was going to hold out for this next version because you tend to find that when, companies make a next version. Basically, like, they always do upgrades. They always, upgrade the hardware. Now, sometimes some people will say they put cheaper components to make it more affordable and more easy to manufacture, supply and demand. And some people will say that sometimes that they put better components in there that's cheaper because technology moves on, so it just becomes cheaper. So therefore, they can afford to put better components in in the console or whatever hardware is going to be, you know. So because of that, like, you kind of gambling on whether you think that you're going to get a newer, better console in terms of the hardware inside the machine. In this case, from what I just said before, machines are running slightly hotter, and the semiconductors are actually smaller in these machines as well. So I was going to wait for that, thinking hopefully will be getting a better machine, but I might need to just get this. The first version, because it seemed like in terms of the hardware and the components, it seemed like it's a better machine just from that aspect. And I do have a Kinect. I ain't gonna front, you know what I'm saying? I do have Kinect, But I'm gonna wait until the year's done, see what's happening. Then I might pull the trigger and like do that. You know what I mean? But for people that might not have a Connect, or people that don't have access to it, it's not a good look. And I can't just speak for myself, because I don't want to be one of these YouTubers or one of these gamers or people up here sitting, sitting in my ivory tower, like with my console looking down on the people, the peasants and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look, I've got a PlayStation. Oh, yeah, don't worry, you can wait. Yeah, it will come eventually. No. Regardless of what I have, regardless of what I'm doing, I'm always going to have the mind frame. I'm always going to speak for the gamers. You know what I mean? I speak for like the gamers, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? For people like myself, that might not be able to afford multiple consoles, or might not be able to afford multiple games, spending 60, 70 pounds. You know what I mean? Like 10. I don't know, like 10 times a year on games that I might want. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to speak for the average gamer. You know what I'm saying? The person out there might not be able to afford that. You know what I mean? Might not have the extra resources, the extra income to do that. That's who I talk for. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's that's what console gaming is meant to be for. It's meant to be for, you know what I mean, for the general gamer. You know what I'm saying? The people, the person that can't afford a gaming PC, a gaming rig, which is what these consoles are slowly becoming anyway. Like, they've just increased drastically in price. You know what I'm saying? And the games are just like getting out of hand in terms of the pricing and stuff. Considering the fact that the gaming industry is one of the biggest industries in terms of revenue, in terms of the amount of money that it makes, it pisses over the film industry. It stayed steady. If anything, it's increased through the pandemic and stuff. So the fact that like these companies think it's okay to charge us such large amounts of money in regard to these consoles and these games and these accessories, it's crazy to me. And yeah, they will justify it by saying technology and it moves on and so forth and so on, and you got to pay this and you got to pay that. But I just think to myself, this must be console gaming, not PC gaming. And it's getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you could buy a very, very, very low end gaming PC for like $1,000, $1,500 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Very low end, but you can still do that if you really wanted to, if you wanted to get into that. And it isn't that far-fetched, because by the time you buy a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, and you buy like 5 games or 10 games, and you're buying another controller or whatever, you're clearing over, clearing over a G. It just is what it is. So, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? But I'm always going to speak for the gamers. I'm always going to speak for the casual gamers. I'm always going to speak for the gamers that might not have the extra income. That's just the type of person I am. So, yeah, man. I don't know. Let me know what you think about the information. Are you pissed? You know what I'm saying? I mean, could you be, could we be potentially waiting until 2023? Because even though I've got a link, it's not guaranteed that my Connect will come through. You know what I'm saying? It come through for other people I know, but it might not come through for me. So I might be in the same boat as you. I might be waiting until 2023 to get a fucking PlayStation 5. 3 years after the fact. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. I don't know, man. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this video. And Sony, they're just fucking up, man. For every one good step they make like 2, 3, 4, 5 fucked up steps going backwards. You know what I'm saying? And they be doing it on so many different ends, man. Sony's moving real desperate and real broke right now, man. I mean, they're looking real budget, and they're not looking like they're for the gamers anymore. Because this is slowly taking back over again. You know what I'm saying? Just like the PS3 days, it's slowly taking back over again. The arrogance, you know what I'm saying? The brokenness, you know what I mean? Like gamers, yeah, but you want to charge us all this money for these consoles and these games? Yeah, you definitely for the gamers, isn't it? Go fuck yourself, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, enough of that, because I'll just be talking shit about them all day. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, again, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you like man's content or any of my content. You can also hit me up on the social, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Jay's Gamepad across the board. You ain't got to tap, press anything else but that. And also, if you want to hit me up or find me on PlayStation, then my gamer tag is MrGhostProtocol. And yeah, I guess I will see you and speak to you real soon.